Hi guys, Ep3 Performance Reviews. Welcome to another vlog. We are outside my house and I'm about to do some more improvements on the race car. This time spark plugs, and that's pretty much it. And then a tune, but that's going to be later on in the video, so keep an eye on. And yeah, the car needs a retune after the exhaust system's been done. Should have done it before, my tuner told me off. So yeah, plugs are going in, new filter's gone on, and basically then we're going to have it remapped. So keep an eye on the video and we'll have a dyno before and after, hopefully good results. So yeah, we have the BKR 8EIX, which is other known in stock code as 2668. Iridiums, 4 of, obviously 4 cylinder. Yeah, and obviously the 8 in the code basically lets us know that it's a heat range 8, so it's one range colder than standard. I believe it's a 7, could even be a 6 actually, but it's quite it's definitely one heat range colder than standard. Obviously we've done quite a bit to the Civic. It's a fairly modified car, being up at around the 240 horsepower mark, so it does need something a little bit better, a little bit cooler, so we can get a little bit better ignition when we get on that map, on that dyno. So yeah, make sure you got yourself your plugs and a half decent set of sockets with spark plug socket as well. So yeah, let's crack on. So these little bad boys on top, the spark plug cover or coil cover are 10mm. So yeah, get yourself a 10mm socket and crack those bad boys off. They obviously won't require much torque or brute force to get off because they shouldn't be very tight at all. So we've now got the cover off the top. We just need to disconnect each of the coil packs. I don't know whether, I mean obviously we'll need to take those off, but I don't know whether after we've taken the sockets off and that off, whether we'll need to take this off or whether you can get enough kind of leeway to get them kind of out of the way. We'll have a look. Alright, so my advice is just disconnect the plugs from the coil packs and just kind of set that back behind there, and then just take the coil packs individually out. Personally, I would make sure you stick the coil packs in the order you took them out, not in necessary order, as in leave that one as number 1, leave this one as number 2, leave this as cylinder number 3, and this is cylinder number 4. Don't be pedantic and tell me the cylinder order is a different order if I've said it wrong, because it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, but I suspect it's 1, 2, 3, 4. In my eyes, I'm reading it as a book, left to right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. If you've got the time, all the time, not all the time in the world, or you're really prepared, I would sometimes write in a marker. You will be able to see it on top of those. These are dirty enough, so you might be able to just mark them like that with a little kind of score or something. If not, make sure you put them in order somewhere, so you're going to put them back the same way. Give them a little visual inspection as well, just have a little look, see if anything looks untoward. Doesn't, they all look in good condition, so I'm really happy with that. So I'm going to carry on. Start to get the spark plugs out, which you probably can't. As you can see, there are spark plugs. Nothing looks weird out of the ordinary out down there, which is good. We'll take them off and we'll inspect each one. Obviously they're getting replaced for the new ones anyway. They are pre-gapped for non-turbo cars. If you have a turbocharged or supercharged Ep3 Civic Type R, ask your tuner perhaps, or your motor builder, for correct gaps for your specific car. Like I say, we've bought these, they won't need to be gapped. Chuck them straight in, torque them to the right torque spec, which I think is 24. I'm going to find out for you right now. Is one of my new spark plugs. These are 16mm, just so you know. So you need a 16mm socket on that. Spark plug specific socket ideally, so it's got the little rubber bit insert into it, so it grabs the plugs when you take out the old ones. So we're going to do that now. Torque is basically pretty much hand tight and then a 1/4 to 1/2 inch turn. Don't overdo it, but don't underdo it either. You just need to make sure you're squashing the washers on the spark plug So yeah, just basically you'll feel it. When I'd say it's reasonably tight, you'll feel it go tight, and then I'd normally say about quarter of a turn to half a turn, and they should squash the washers, which I don't know for sure, but it probably say on here. Let's have a look. Yeah, there you go, half a turn to two-thirds of a turn. So actually, yeah, pretty much what I said. So that's what I'm going to do. So from left to right, we've got cylinder number 1, cylinder 2, cylinder 3, and cylinder 4. And to be honest with you, they all look pretty good, to be fair. Nothing horrible or untoward. Fairly clean, decent burn, but you're not going to be able to tell whether that means that necessarily the car's been running absolutely sweet. So certainly no oil in there. It's certainly not stupidly rich or stupidly lean, which is good. So yeah, we'll see anyway. But at the end of the day, one thing is for sure, they are definitely heat range 7s. So yeah, it would be good to have some heat range 8s in there. So hopefully that will make a little bit of difference and mean that the tuning can go even better, and my magic amazing tuner Romain Levesque can coax a little bit more power out of the car. That'd be sweet. So yeah, let's get the new ones in. So for reference, if you are worried, what I do is I drop the plug in, not drop it in, but place it basically in the socket, and then I just do it like this by hand, keep going, and then basically that's tight by hand. Get it to that position, then put your socket on. There's roughly a kind of right angle, and then literally wrench it round. So I've wrenched it round to 90 degrees, and then I'm just going to take it a little bit further to about here, and that's where I've ended up. Get your plug, put it in gently, and then you should be able to just drop it in there nice and gently, take that off, and then do the same again. Rotate, till it goes tight. There you go, it's tight. Get a little wrench around, get your wrench on it, and half to 2/3. So there to there, or just past around here, and you'll be fine. So that's all the plugs in, torque to spec, and then you've got your plugs. I've got them in order: 1, 2, 3, 4. So just drop them. I'm going to drop 4 in first. Just move that out of the way. Drop it in. Number 3. Number 2. And they can only go in a certain orientation because obviously they line up with these holes, and then the bolt goes through. Obviously make sure you reconnect your connectors, put this all back, put everything back on, and away you go. And that is a spark plug change, all done, ready for tuning. So keep an eye on the channel and the vids, and we'll have tuning for you, hopefully before and after, to see whether we've picked up any power or whether we've lost any. Fingers crossed it's not lost. See you in a minute.